What is up, my nerds, my fellow nerds? I guess this is my first YouTube video. Make sure I'm not muted though. Is I did promise sometime or I did promise that after that last bit goal was reached, that I would go ahead and yeah, so I promised that after my bit goal, I would tell the story about how I flew a car. So, just a disclaimer before I go into the details. I do not recommend you ever flying a car. It was not fun. I don't remember flying it. So a lot of this is just details from the accident report that I have to assume is true, because I saw the pictures from the car. And if you want me to post those in like the in my stream Discord, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, I did want to say I was living out in the middle of the country, in the middle of nowhere, and I basically what had happened is anyways, so I was living in the middle of the country, in the middle of nowhere, and I was called into work, and I assume I was in a rush, because what had happened on my way to work is I have to do this. Okay, anyways, let's focus on the video. Let's focus on you guys. So I was on my way to work, and I decided to so on the way to work, my car drifted. It's like this little small highway, 2-lane road, which isn't really like used often. So like no one was on the road but me. No houses around me, because like I was in the middle of the country, so I was driving past farms. But I drifted from the right side of that 2-lane road to the left side, which if you're from America, you already know that you drive on the right side of the road. I'm not educated enough to know what other countries in the world do that. Anyways, so I slowly drifted, and so over it, like traveling going forward about 97 feet, my car drifted from the right to the left. Like it was like around actually 100 feet. From the right to the left until it went off the road. Finally, went down a ditch, and then it hit one of the culverts, I believe is what they called it. So it was something used to stop flooding on the road, and like it lets out the water and whatever. My car used that as a ramp, and it went in the air, and apparently I was going fast enough to where apparently I was going fast enough to where I flew 97 feet distance wise. I hit a tree 15 feet in the air. And then it bounced off that tree, hit another tree, and then it rolled into someone's house, the volunteer firefighter's garage. And thankfully the wife was home, because she called, and I got helicoptered away. Because when she called, and I actually ended up apparently, well, I was crawling out. I hit my head hard. That's why I don't remember. Like from January to like April of that year, I just don't remember. I don't start even trying to like get glimpses until April. It's like when I get glimpses. So like I hit my head hard. And apparently when I crawled out, I was resisting the medics. So they put me in a medically induced coma. They helicoptered me to the hospital, which is like an hour and a half drive away. And then I was in a coma for 9 days. Then I had to do a bunch of for the next month and a half, 2 months. I didn't know anything. I was crazy because I couldn't retain, even after I got out of my coma, I couldn't retain short-term memory. I had no short-term memory retention. And so what happened, like for me 5 seconds ago, I would forget. And so that was a thing. And then, anyways, shut up. Anyways, so I had fun recovering from that, and that's kind of why I'm not like working right now, just because of all that brain damage. So when someone says, or when someone calls me brain injured, or what are you messed up in the head or something, I'm like, yeah. But you know, obviously they're trying to be insulting. They don't realize there's actually any damage and something. They're like, oh well, this is awkward, weirdo. Like, why would you say that? Why would you admit that you have it? How dare you admit that I was right? Because they're just trying to upset me when they realize they're not going to upset me by saying the truth. Interesting. I've never seen that mark before. Anyways, so I played, not played. So so most of that recovery is already done, like what's going to recover. And it's not really any long-term damage. So, my injuries. So I had multiple different spinal fractures, 3 compression fractures on my spine, which I've never broke a bone before that day. I had compression fractures right next to the nerves on my spine that control my arms. I had 1 up on those, and I had 2 next to the nerves that connected to my leg, the nerves that connects to my legs and control my legs. So without those nerves, your brain can't send signals to make your legs move or your arms move. So I was almost paralyzed in both my arms and legs. My jaw split open, so I have a metal piece right here in my jaw. You guys can't see it because they split my lip open to do it. I didn't lose any teeth, which they thought was a miracle. I don't believe I broke any arms, but I fractured my skull. So and I fractured my spine, and I some like up even to my neck. So I was walking around with this brace on my back, this brace on my neck for like a whole 2 months before I could take it off. It fixed my posture back. Well, I mean, I've ruined it again, but it did have my posture fixed, so that was fun. What else? Don't ever do it. It's not worth it. The injuries were just not worth it. Don't ever try to fly your car. This is why you drive safely. I don't know what happened. I don't know why the car did that, but never do this. Seriously. Also, so that is the story that I promised, and for our goal that we reached on Twitch. So if you did enjoy this video, or you wanna like know whenever I post any more, go ahead and drop a like, drop a follow, help me out. That whatever they call that YouTube algorithm, help out my first video. Appreciate you guys. Anyways, peace out, nerds.